Hello Pisces, my name is Jason. Thank you for visiting my channel. This is your general tarot reading for the end of October, the last half of October 2019. So it could be about love, career, any questions you have burning away in you at the moment. You know the drill. Pisces, you go into this period with the Lover's card. So if you haven't met the person of your dreams, okay, and things are going swimmingly, there could be a question of your independence around at the moment. So perhaps someone's encroaching on your independence, or there's just a need to remind yourself of your independence. Sometimes when we're particularly in a new relationship, it can be all consuming and we miss the basic elements of what makes our lives tick. If it's not another person that may be distracting you somehow, then I'm feeling there could be a contract you'd be entering into. And it could be a long-term contract. So it's a mutually beneficial contract, so I think it's a fair deal that you're getting yourself into. And you might be quite excited about this. I'm not sure what kind of contract this is. It's just a brief reading, but it'd be interesting to investigate. Okay. In your challenge position, you have the World card. Okay, so the World card talks about learning your lesson and moving on. And sometimes if we try and fight the cycle, if we try to stop ourselves, or we've learned a lesson but we go against our new learning anyway, we can get trapped back into an old cycle. And because the World card here is in your challenge position, it's asking you to make sure you've learned your lesson and use it to move forward somehow. Sometimes the lessons we learn about ourselves and about life are a little hard to swallow, but when we do it, we then have a firmer direction. Perhaps, okay, I need to work on this now. And that sense of direction for working on ourselves usually is much needed for helping us grow in other ways. The world represents the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new chapter, and so you should be just about ready to start a new chapter in your life. Whether this Lover's energy here is about a job that you've just started and you've learned from the past job that you had, well, I'm not going to fall into that pattern again. Generally very positive. And you've got the first two cards of your reading, Major Arcana. Okay, now in your hopes and fears position, you have the Five of Rods. So the Five of Rods can talk about squabbling, petty squabbles, egos getting in the way. So you might be trying to arrange something with someone or solve a particular problem in the workplace, and I'm feeling someone is failing to admit their shortcomings or admit their faults or their role in a particular conflict, and you're hoping that when you take this fresh approach to them, that they will see the logic and the purity of what you have to say. And I'm feeling that you might just be a bit worried that they're just going to come back and stonewall you with ego. That's what I'm getting there. Look, the Five of Rods is it's not a serious energy, it just blocks creativity and it blocks problem solving. But I'm feeling that with your new learning that you have, you'll be in a much better position to deal with whatever this is. Okay, in the best attitude position, you have the Ten of Cups. Right, Ten of Cups talks about emotional fulfillment, the top of the cycle. You've made it, and if you haven't made it, try and see things a little differently, because you are there. This is a card which encourages you to see all the beauty around you and realize just how abundant you are. Okay, celebrate as though you've already made the big time, as you've already reached that plane of happiness or joy that you've been aiming for, and you'll see that you really are in that place. And then there'll be really nothing to worry about, really, because everything else becomes secondary when you realise just how happy you are. And we all have bumps in our lives, things like that, and challenges. But the Ten of Cups here in this position asks us to realise just how good things really are. Okay, and in your outcome position, you have the Seven of Wands or Seven of Rods. So it's about standing your ground again. So if you have taken a stand on something, or you've made a law or a rule, perhaps with some children or something like that, you need to stand your ground and say, no, that's our rule. Because once we get a bit slack on, allowing grey areas to come in, for example, then that dilutes the strength of the potion that we have, the power that we have to deal with a particular person. And I'm feeling children involved in this somehow, so it could be just like a behavioural matter with young people around you. But the Seven of Wands generally asks us to just stand our ground. You'll be okay. You have the high ground. Nothing can really touch you, and that's in the outcome here. You can fight them off all day. They can't touch you. I'm figuring that they'll just there's any competition you have, they will give up when they see that you are strong in yourself. So that's what I've got for you, Pisces. I hope that's resonated for you. Please let me know in the comments if it has. Please like and subscribe. Hopefully I'll talk to you in a couple of weeks. Thanks for watching.